Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back. Today's video is going to be like the title suggested, and it's all the books that I'm going to read in 2022. Now, I know you see the stack of books in back of me, and there's a stack in front. I have a problem. I'm okay to admit it. And the problem being that I shop too much. I'm a shopaholic. I love to spend money. And now that I have a new addiction to books, I love to spend money on books. But I told myself that I am not allowed to buy any more books until I have finished all the books on my shelf that I have not read, obviously. The ones that you see above me, I have read those already. Some are missing because I'm currently reading 2 at the moment, but these are all the ones that I have read, like my physical books, and then I have obviously my Kindle. 2 things. If I look sweaty and shiny, it's because I am. I just moved a bunch of furniture in my house. I just moved this bookshelf into my bedroom, and that's why I want to film this, because before I put these books back, I kind of want to go through every single one and show you what I have bought recently, what books I haven't read, and what I will be reading in the near future within this year. Another thing, my makeup's a little fucked up because I just got home from work. Okay, I didn't just get home from work. I got home like maybe 2 hours ago, but I've been cleaning since I got home too. So this is 8 hours. This is 8 hours of makeup. Still looking okay. So whatever, you're not here for the makeup, you're here for the books, okay? I'm assuming that's why you clicked on this video. But like I said, I just moved all these books this shelf into my bedroom because I want to have my books near and dear. I like to see them. It gives me motivation to like knock these down. So yes, no more buying books until I finish these books. It's me saying that knowing that I have 2 books in my Amazon cart. But after that, I'm done. I'm done until I finish all of these. Anyways, let's get into it. So I have books that I recently purchased from both thrift stores and from Barnes & Noble. So I want to start with the ones that I purchased from the thrift stores just because I've had these the longest and I have yet to even like touch them at all. So let's get into that. But before I get into that, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Expect more bookish things. Expect more videos coming every Sunday. I don't have social media anymore, so you cannot follow me on Instagram. I don't put any updates or anything like that. I don't have Twitter. I don't have anything. I do have TikTok though, and I will link my TikTok down below. Also, my Amazon wishlist cart of books. You can go there to like see what books I will be buying in the future, to kind of see what my taste is, and if you have any recommendations, recommend some books to me as well. But anyways, yeah, subscribe to my channel, like this video if you like it, if you want more bookish things, and let's get into the video. So the first stack I'm going to be talking about is the thrift store stack, like I said. So I got this from a variation of Goodwills and like other like low-key thrift stores and stuff. So there's not really a set place, but these books were about $1.99 to 99 cents a piece, and I found some gems. So let's get into it. So the first book that I found is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Hadden. And honestly, I don't know much about this book. I think something about that a kid with, I don't know if he has like autism or like some kind of disability. I could be wrong. I don't know if he has like disabilities or like something like just socially awkward, and he has a dog and there's a murder he witnesses in his neighborhood something along those lines. I really don't know exactly what this book is about, but I know I read the blurb in the back, and it was really interesting at the time, and that's why I'm like 99 cents, I'm gonna pick it up. And it honestly has pretty good rating on Goodreads, so for that reason is why I bought it. And it's a really short one. There's about, and there's like pictures, like mathematical like grams and stuff in here, so I don't know if that has anything to do with the book, but there's like about 226 pages, so it's really not that bad. I don't know why I haven't picked this up and read it. I've had it for over 2 years now. No, that's a lie. Probably about a year now, but I don't know. It's a short one, but honestly, romance trumps everything for me because I just love reading romance. So that's why I haven't picked this one up. But I will be reading this because, like I said, it has amazing reviews, and I honestly don't know what it's about. And I honestly rather read books that I don't know what they're about. Going into it having no idea, just because you're more surprising, you're kind of like not expecting anything. You're kind of just like, okay, well, we'll see where this goes. So yeah, that's the first book. The second book that I got is While We Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory, something like that. This one was about, I think this one's like $1 or $1.99, maybe even 99 cents at the thrift store. But I've seen this at Barnes and Noble, like on the tables and stuff. And again, I don't know what this one is about. I do obviously know it's a romance. I love these like covers with like cartoons and stuff. So I don't know, and I didn't look this up on Goodreads, so I don't know if it has a good rating. My cousin did read it. I let her borrow it as soon as I bought it, and I believe she enjoyed it. She read it in like 2 days. So I'm assuming you read a book that fast is because you enjoy it. So anyways, yes, I don't know what this is about. It's definitely a romance, and from the back it looks like it is a dual POV because they have both like perspectives of the guy and the girl, Ben Stevens and Anna Gardiner. So I don't know what it's about, but I'm excited to find out. The next book, I'm so excited that I found this at the thrift store. I like could not believe it because this one is like all over TikTok, all over Book Talk, like one of the most loved books. And I found it for like $1.99. Let's just assume all these books were $1.99. But it is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This book is like super hyped on TikTok, super hyped on YouTube. And I found it at the thrift store for $1. So I believe what I know about this book is that it is the son of the president or some shit like that, and the son of a royal king or some shit like that, and they are like enemies, and they end up like starting a friendship, and they ended up falling in love. So this is pretty much, well, I don't know if they fall in love. I'm assuming they do, but it is a queer romance. So I'm so excited about that because I fucking love me a little boy and boyfriend. Like, it's the best. It's the best. So I hear nothing but fucking good things about this book, and I'm really excited to read it. The fact that I haven't read it, I'm gonna tell you why I haven't read this one. It's because I don't want it to be over. Like, I'm so sad that once I read it, I won't ever read it for the first time again. And that's really heartbreaking because I don't like doing that. And you're gonna see that that's a trend with a lot of books, and why I haven't read them is because I don't want to not like have that first, like, I don't want to get over reading it for the first time, you know? Because once it's over, and there's nothing you can do. But I will read this year for sure. If not, like, super soon. Like, I'm ready to dive into this one. The next book was just me picking it out. I didn't hear nothing about this book. I didn't hear, like, I still haven't heard anything about this book, but it sounds very interesting. This is The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton. It is I'm assuming it's a mystery thriller. That's what it sounds like to me. Basically, this girl witnesses a shocking crime. I guess it challenges everything that she adored about her mother. I don't know. Maybe she has to go against her mom. Yeah, it's murder, family secrets, family drama, probably things like this. She's the author of The Lake House. That sounds familiar for some reason, but I never read it. I'm not really like the biggest fan of like mystery and thrillers and like true crime books because they give me the heebie-jeebies. But the experiences that I have with the ones that I've read, so far I've liked them. So I'm gonna give it a try eventually. I bought this one at Goodwill as well. She's a chunky girl though, like she's chunky. So I have to be like prepared to read this. And the last two books that I just read, I'm currently reading one too, are mystery thrillers. So I'm kind of in the mood for a romance. So this probably won't be like soon, but it definitely will be this year. Maybe in like the fall time. This gives me like fall vibes with like the green cover and the girl and the leaves and yeah. So if any of these are your favorite books, please let me know. Like, let me know down below what you loved about it. No spoilers, just let me know. Let a girl know what's up. And maybe that'll motivate me more to want to like read it. And if you can tell, this middle shelf is empty because that's where I had all these books. So I'm so weird. Like, I don't know if this is weird OCD or what is it, but I don't want to keep the books that I haven't read and the books that I've read together. Like, I need to see what I haven't read and what I have read separate just so I can like get. Is that weird? Am I? Yeah, I am weird. It's okay. It's okay. The next book, bought it simply because of what it says in the back. This is called Little Bee by Chris Cleve, something like that. First of all, the cover, beautiful. Like it's yellow, like one of my favorite colors. But the back, let me read you the back. We don't want to tell you. So this is what the back says. We don't want to tell you what happens in this book. It is a truly special story and we don't want to spoil it. Nevertheless, you need to know enough to buy it, so we will just say this. This is the story of two women. Their lives collide one fateful day, and one of them has to make a terrible choice. The kind of choice we hope to never have to face. 2 years later, they meet again. The story starts there. Once you read it, you'll want to tell your friends about it. When you do, please don't tell them what happens. The magic is in how the story unfolds. So now that I'm actually reading it again, I want to read this like right now, but I'm literally in between two books, so I can't. And I need a romance next. Like I need a romance next because I'm just like dying for it. But yes, this is, I mean, it sounds good. Like, did that not hook you guys? Did that not hook you guys? And it's a decent sized book. It's not too bad. I can probably finish it in about 2 days or so. So not bad, but yes, I bought this one at Goodwill and the back just hooked me. And I actually went to Barnes & Noble yesterday to buy someone a gift, not for me. And I saw it there. So it must still be selling at Barnes & Noble. People must like it, must have a cult following. I don't freaking know. I never read anything from this author, so I have no idea. But yeah, this is that book. The next book is Do You Mind If I Cancel? Things That Still Annoy Me by Gary Janetti. I think he's a comedian or an actor. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is basically a book about, he's a creator of one of the most wickedly funny Instagram accounts there is. And he turns his skills onto page in a hilarious and poignant book chronicling the pains and indigenous. I'm just not. Look it up to see what this is about. Honestly, the reason I bought this book was because I liked what this says. It says, this book is for every introvert with a secret fear of missing out, which I feel like that's 100% how I feel all the time. It's like, I want to be invited, but I'm not going to go. Like, I want to be invited, and like, I'm going to be mad if you guys have fun without me, but also I don't want to go. Does that make sense? No? Oh, let's move on. The next book is The Tuscan Child. I think this has something to do with like this kid finds out where his like family's from. No, this is a lie. I don't know. Honestly, I think I bought this one because of how pretty the cover is. Like, that looks pretty. And I don't know what kind of book this is. Like, it says a warm time tale of love and betrayal. A town that would prefer to forget. A town that would prefer to forget. I don't know. It sounds like a history book, like history fiction, historical fiction, that's the word. Which I have never read a historical fiction book. So this will be interesting. I will give it a go because I bought it. I at least give a book 30% of my time. If by the 30% I am still not into you, I still don't like you, you're boring, I'm falling asleep, like I'm hurting myself trying to read you, then I will give you up. So I'll at least give this 30% of my time, and hopefully it's not bad. The next book that I bought is Busted by Gina Sioka. I don't know, but this is what the cover looks like. Honestly, I bought it because the cover is really pretty. Like, that's such a beautiful cover. Like, I like how it's like a photograph. But I'm gonna read the back of this because I literally have no idea what the fuck this is about.
So it said, Martha had a plan to be a snoop for hire. It wasn't that she wanted to catch her best friend's boyfriend making out with another girl. Okay, must be romance. But as her reputation for sniffing out cheaters spreads all over school, Martha finds herself the reluctant queen of busting two tiny boys. In her next case, it's her ex-frenemy Kendall. She's convinced that her boyfriend TJ has feelings for someone else and persuades Martha to start spying on him.
Oh, okay, I remember reading this. So basically, she spies on him. I don't know if he catches her or some shit like that. But she ends up falling for the guy. Some ish like that. Like I said, I told you guys from the beginning, I would rather not know what a book is about, and I honestly just buy books because of the cover. Like, that's just so pretty. But I will be reading this soon. This might be the next book that I read, only because like it looks super easy. It looks very YA, like very young teenage vibes, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind a high school romance moment. So this is what we're gonna be doing. The next book is The Walls Around Us by Nova Ren Suma, the author of Imaginary Girls and 17 and Gone. I never read those two books, and I have no idea what this book is about. Because someone's dead. It's definitely a mystery thriller. I have no idea what the fuck this book is about, but it says Ori's dead because of what happened behind the theater. So I don't know what happened behind the theater. And it says she's dead because she got sent to that place upstate, locked up with those monsters, and she got sent there because of me. So is she in a psych ward? Like, where's she at? It says $2.99, but it was actually 50% off, so $2, right? No, just kidding, $1.50. But yeah, this one also looks like a very fast-paced book. Like the spacing and the words are very large, so I should finish that pretty quick. The next book I bought, I don't know why I bought it. I've never even watched this movie. It's called Eat, Pray, Love. Everyone knows this, by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's in really good condition, but I never even watched the movie. The movie I think is with Cameron Diaz, and I never even watched the movie. All I know about it is that like she kind of is like bored with her life, or like is tired of like the same old routine every single day, so she decides to go on a like tour of life, and she eats, she prays, and she loves. So she starts like exploring her life and actually doing things that make her happy. That's the gist that I get from it. Sounds like, sounds like a book that I would love, like the concept of it. Yeah, I'll be giving that a go eventually. I don't fucking know when. But oh my god, I'm like halfway through my stack and I'm like so tired. We haven't even gone through those. Sorry guys, sorry. The next book is The Accidental Mother. This is what it looks like. The back, I remember this one, and I always look at it and I'm like, am I ready for that yet? The back got me. Basically it's this girl who, they're childhood best friends, but they lost touch. I guess one of them gets pregnant, decides that she doesn't want to be a mother anymore, and leaves the child at that friend's doorstep because she's like, well, if I can't take care of it, this bitch can. So now that makes her an accidental mother because she didn't birth the child. Her dumbass friend did, and decided not to be a mother anymore. That's what I think happened. I don't feel like reading the back right now. So yeah. So the next two books, I'm surprised I found them at the same place, and I wish they were both the same, but they're not. One's a paperback and one's a hardback, and I really am not a fan of hardbacks, so kind of upset about that, but it's okay. And I've heard really good things about these books, but it's just, I feel like it's very I think these are considered historical fictions. I'm not sure, or maybe they're real. I don't know if they're based on real story. Anyways, it's The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Hassini. I think that's how you say his last name. I heard really good things about both books. That they're very powerful. The meaning behind them are like, you know, you have a different understanding of life and things like that. They take place in Afghanistan, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. I literally make things up. Sometimes I feel like I make things up. Not on purpose though. Yes, so they both take place in Afghanistan, and they're, I guess, stories. I don't know if they're like about a single person, about something an event that happened, and like how people cope with it and things like that. I really don't know much about them. I just know people raved about them a lot on TikTok and or book talk, should I say, and booktube. And that's the reason why I got them, because I'm like, okay, if you're saying that they're good and they're not like romance books, I must give it a go. Like I need to expand my reading. Like I need to just not stick to romance, even though romance is fun, like the most fun I've had. I need to expand. So this is The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. And again, I have no idea what the fuck this is about. No, this is definitely a thriller. Okay, I don't know, but I know it takes place in San Francisco in the 80s. And there's like a psychic and some shit like that. Very fiction-y, whimsical-y, and I bought it honestly because it looks cool. And honestly, it's a really good condition for it being secondhand, and yeah, it looks nice. I will read this. I'm gonna read all of them. Why do I keep saying I will read this? Like, I'm gonna read all of them. I'm gonna at least give them a chance. So stop repeating yourself. It's because I don't know what else to say, you guys. And the last one from the thrift store, I was so excited when I found this book. I'm mad that it's hardback. I'm not mad that it's hardback because it was honestly really cheap. But I'm excited because I've heard nothing but amazing things. Nothing but amazing things. And it is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Anyways, I've heard amazing things about this. She's come out with like 2 other books, I feel like, that are like coincide with the same, I don't know if it's coincide with the same girl or the same people in this book. I'm not sure, but this is a collector's edition and it's gold and it's really pretty. She's chunky though, like she like me, she chunky. But I'm excited. I recently bought, oh yeah, right here, coming 2021, Concrete Rose. So that's another one, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about this, and I really am excited to read this one, because I want to read things about real shit too, you know, not just smut sexy sex scenes, but real shit. So I'm excited to read this one. So those are all the ones that I got at the thrift store. So let's do the ones that I got at Barnes & Noble. Let's get started with these guys right here. And I'm just gonna take from the top and just go down the list. I have bought these not all at once. I'm not that crazy, but I've gotten, since Christmas, I've gotten gift cards and things like that. So I've used them to purchase these books. So I didn't buy them all at once. I'm not that crazy. I'm a little crazy. I'm not that crazy. So let's just go off the top, right? So the first book that I got is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I'm so excited for this book. This book basically takes Piper. I know so much about this book because it's been talked about so much on Book Talk and BookTube. I think I keep saying that. A lot of these books have been majority of these books have been talked about a lot. But this book is basically about Piper and I believe the guy's name is Brendan. And this was actually inspired by Schitt's Creek. If you have not seen Schitt's Creek, what are you waiting for? What rock are you living under? Get out of it. But Schitt's Creek is one of my favorite fucking shows. So funny. But there's a girl on that show. Her name is Alexis. And she's like this ditzy, like, she's supposed to be like, I don't want to say dumb because that's really rude, but just very like airheady. Not that that's a better term, but you know, just not really down to earth. And she's very fucking funny. So this girl's supposed to resemble her. I assume this guy is supposed to be the first love interest that she really liked that had a girlfriend. I forgot his name in the show, but he was hot. He was hot. But anyways, so I think that has to do with, I mean, she was inspired by them because she has a similar personality. I think she's like social media influencer or some shit like that. She has like a really bad She's going through a really bad phase of like partying and like drinking too much and doing a lot of drugs. I don't know, I probably added that in. No, but she is partying a lot and not taking her life seriously. So her father pretty much sends her away to this like small ass town, and she goes works at a bar, and basically, yeah, it's her and him, and they're grumpy. I think it's Grumpy Sunshine, but I think she's grumpy and he's Sunshine. I don't really know, but I'm excited. And I heard, don't be fooled by the cover, because ma'am, there's some not love, no love. I mean, maybe love, but there's some fucking happening. That's all I gotta say. There's some fucking happening. Next. So the next book is another popular one. I'm not gonna say those words anymore. I'll say popular one, but I'm not gonna say book talk or book tube anymore, because I feel like I keep repeating myself. Anyways, it's another very popular book. And I heard it will break your heart. And right now I'm not in the mood to be heartbroken, so I'm not gonna read it anytime soon. But when I'm in the mood to be shattered, I will. But it's the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Don't tell me you haven't seen this book everywhere. Oh my god, I hate when they do that. I don't fucking want that on there. Anyways, it's basically a retelling of Achilles and Persephone's Patroclus. Honestly, all I know about Greek mythology is Medusa. Is she Greek? And Zeus. And like, I know Percy Jackson. That's as much Greek as I know. Greek mythology as I know. So I don't know really a lot about Greek mythology, but I heard that you don't have to have that much knowledge about Greek mythology in order to enjoy this book, but it's heartbreaking, like very heartbreaking. So I will read this when I'm ready to be heartbroken. Okay. Another very popular one. Oh my god, all of these are fucking popular, but I just want to say that. Are you annoyed by me saying that? I don't care. Anyways, the next book is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This was another book that was inspired by, I believe, Star Wars fanfic with Kylo Ren, Adam. I forget his last name. I always forget his last name. The guy that plays Kylo Ren. He's fucking hot. He was in Girls, the show Girls. If you guys ever watched the show Girls, so fucking hilarious. But him and Rogue, the girl from Rogue One. I always forget her name too. Anyways, it's inspired by their love, but it's basically Olive Smith. I guess she's trying to, like, she's telling her friend's like telling her, like, you need to get a life, you're always like working. She's a scientist, obviously. Look at their little coats and stuff, their little lab coats. But she's always telling her, like, you need to get a fucking life. You don't go out, you don't have romance, there's nothing going on in your life. Like, let me help you, let me set you up. And she lies to her friend, telling her that she has somebody, I think. And when her friends visit her at work, she ends up kissing the first guy that she sees, and it is this guy. So it goes on from there, and I think they do fake dating. Like I said, I don't really know much about any of these books, just some of them. So yeah, aren't they like so cute? I just love the way they look with her little freckles and that little bun. Anyways, yeah, so it's basically their romance, fake dating, and yeah. The next book I actually bought yesterday because I had a gift card to Target, so I bought it at Target, and it is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I recently read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's my first Colleen Hoover book ever, and it had mixed reviews, but I read it for a book club that I'm in, so I, not that I was forced to read it, but obviously we were all reading it, and I loved it, and I loved it, and I loved it. So I can talk more in depth about that book, which I will, because I'm going to talk about all the books that I have read, so all of those up there. But to talk about this one, I have no idea what this book is about. I just know that everyone fucking loves it, and I don't want to know what it's about. Like, I don't want to read the back. I just know that everyone loves it, and her books, at least what I've been told and my experience with the one that I read with, and It Ends With Us, it's more than romance. It's more of a like a deeper story than just like two people falling in love and fucking. Like, it's so much more than that. They have more like depth and background to it, and everyone loves this one. So I'm excited to see what this one's about. If it's anything like It Ends With Us. It seems to be like this one and It Ends With Us are the two more popular ones, and that's why I picked this one up. So I will be giving it a go. So the next book I bought was Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I hear nobody talk about this book. I heard one person, which is the one of my favorite booktubers. Her name is Chloe. And Chloe's books, right? Yeah, Chloe's books. And I love her. Like, I just love her so much. She's from Australia. But she talked about this book. And I think Mary H.K. Choi have a couple other books too. But this book really struck me because it's basically two individuals. I think what happens is they meet and it's like a very awkward setting, but they swap numbers and they become texting each other all the time. Like, they just they don't see each other, they don't try to hang out or anything like that, but they're having this like texting relationship only. So I found like a lot of interest in that because I haven't read a book like that. So I'm really excited to read this. That's as far as I know. I could be wrong. Don't correct me though, because I will find out when I read this book. But I'm really excited to read this. I have never read a book from Mary H.K. Choi, and if I love this one, I will be picking up her other ones. So the next book I got is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren are two different authors. They kind of buddy write books. They have another book called Love in Other Words, and I believe another book after that. No, I don't remember. But anyways, that's like one of their other most popular ones. But this is The Unhoneymooners. I think what happens is a sister and this girl's sister is getting married, and she's the maid of honor. I forgot what the name was called. And the guy her sister's getting married to, his brother is, I think it's his brother or his best friend. I don't remember. Or I don't know, but his best friend's brother is his best man. Anyways, everyone ate, they had the wedding, everyone ate the food, everyone got food poisoning except for the maid of honor and the best man. Why? I don't know why they didn't eat the food, but they just didn't. Anyways, the bride and groom cannot go on their honeymoon anymore. But it was like a honeymoon that like, you'll lose it if you don't use it. They won it, like I think like a sweepstakes or some shit like that. So they send the maid of honor and the best man, and they literally hate each other. They hate each other, so they're forced to do all these like husband and wife. So they're pretending to be married in a different place. I don't even know where this takes place at. I want to say Hawaii, just because I love Hawaii. Yeah, wow, I was right. It says Maui. I love Hawaii. Anyways, so yeah, it's fake dating, fake marriage. They hate each other, and eventually they fuck. No, I don't know if they fuck, but probably. The next book that I got is November 9 by Colleen Hoover. The only thing I know about this book, like literally the only thing I know about this book, is that it takes place on November 9. These like friends or whatever they are met on November 9, and they were going separate ways because her job was taking her somewhere else, his school was taking, I don't know, they were gonna be separated, so they decided to forever meet on November 9. And why is November 9 so significant? I have no idea. That's why I'm gonna read the book to find out. People love it, people hate it. This is like another Colleen Hoover that's like kind of up in the air, but I'm excited to find out. I actually got this one as a Christmas gift, so I'm excited. I'm like winding down, if you guys haven't noticed. Like, I'm just like, my arm hurts and I'm so over it. Been filming for an hour now. The next book, I think this is gonna be the next book that I read. I think, don't mark my words. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is a movie that just came out, and this is the only reason why I want to read the book like right now, because if I watch the movie, I'm not gonna want to read the book. but it's basically enemies in the workplace. They hate each other and they're trying to compete for the same position, and it's basically like prank wars on each other. I saw the trailer to this movie, and when I was like, I know I'm gonna love this movie, so I need to read the book. And I think I'm gonna do a vlog reading the book and then watching the movie after and give you my honest reaction on it, because that to me sounds like so much fun. Why wouldn't I do it? Why? So yeah, I really don't like the size of this book. It's so fucking small because they're stiff, you know, like they don't open that well. So next book that I got is actually a classic. It's Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I have seen the movie. I have seen 2 renditions of this movie. I saw Pride and Prejudice with, I think, is it Natalie Portman? I don't know what her name is. And I've seen Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Ooh. So, anyways, I don't know what came into me that I thought that I was this scholar, this literary genius, but who do I think I am trying to read this? Because I feel like it's too grown up for me. Like, this is like an English major's book, and I'm just like not that. So I wanted to give it a go though. Like, I wanted to see if I can really read classics and enjoy them, and yeah, see how we can go from here. But I just love this cover. It's really thick. It like opens like that. It's so pretty, and it's peacock feathers. Like, that's such a pretty book. Like, even if I never read this, I'm glad that I have this in my collection because it's just so pretty, like really pretty. The next book that I bought was like super on a whim. I was just like at Barnes & Noble trying to kill time, and I found this one and I'm like, oh, this is really fucking cute. So this is the author from 5 Feet Apart, which I think it's a movie, but it's All This Time by Mickey Daughtry and Rachel Lippincott. First of all, this cover, purple goddess, beautiful, like fucking gorgina. If I know anything, people, a guy and a girl, separate lives, have something tragic happen in both lives that brings them together somehow, and like it was like all along it was you kind of vibes. That's the vibe I get from the back. I haven't read it since I bought it, the back since I read it, but it's gonna be like a fast read. Look at that. Look at the spacing on that, and the words are really big. So I don't know why I haven't picked this up. This cover's so beautiful though. Like, I haven't heard anyone talk about this. So if I like it, I will let you guys know, because if it's a good book, it needs to be read. And honestly, I can't get over this cover. It's just beautiful. The next book that I refuse to read because I don't want it to be I just don't want to let it go, you know? It is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. This basically takes place in Spain. If I know anything, first of all, everyone is in love with the guy. His name is Aaron Blackford. They're in love with him. Like, anyone who talks about this book always talks about him and how he's like goals for a man. But it's basically these 2 people, I think they work together. Yeah, they work together, and she is going to Spain to a family wedding, and she doesn't want to show up without a date because Hispanic families sometimes will pressure you to hurry up, get married, and have kids, because why are you waiting? Why are you waiting? Or why don't you want to be married? Like, girl, a man ain't everything. Anyways, so it's basically that she doesn't want to go without a date. So Aaron Blackford, someone she works with, offers to be her fake date for the wedding. And then the rest is history, my guy. So that's all I know about it. She's hefty. This is a self-published book. So I wanted to buy it right away before I don't know if it got picked up by an author, but before it gets picked up and they change the cover, because this cover is fucking beautiful. And I just love like the feel, and it's like beautiful floppy situation. I'm so excited, but I don't want to read this only because I don't want to let it go. Like, I just don't. But I want to know, you know? But it's beautiful. So, yep, that's that one. My arm really hurts from like I feel like I'm lifting weights holding these books up. So the next book that I got is Daisy 6 and the Jones. Did I just say Daisy 6 and the Jones? Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I believe this is the same author who wrote The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is another popular book. But this book is basically written in like interview format. So it like gives you the name of the person who's speaking, and then it says what they're saying and stuff. I heard nothing but amazing things about this book. It's basically gonna be an interview about Daisy Jones. Why do I keep saying Daisy 6? Daisy Jones, and the Six is the band that she was in. So they're their group, and they're interviewing them and basically like talking about their life on tour, and it goes down memory lane. But I heard it was really good, so I'm excited to read it. The next book is a hefty one, and I think this is gonna be the next one I read, only because I'm so excited to continue the fantasy book. Not the fantasy, but the fantasy book. And it is A Court of Mist and Fury. Look how thick that is. By Sarah J. Maas. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's one of those up there. I read it maybe, when did I read it? November. And I loved it. I gave it, I believe, 3.5 stars. Oh no, I gave it 4 stars. And I really enjoyed it. I heard this one is so much better. And I'm really excited because I didn't know if I liked fantasy. Like, I loved Harry Potter and I loved Twilight and I loved those books, but that is as far as my fantasy went. So this is the first fantasy I picked up as an adult, and I enjoyed it. So I'm really excited to read this one because it's a different kind of romance. It's a different kind of situation, and I heard it's just so much better. She's just a hefty guy, so she's super intimidating to me, and it's something I'm gonna have to pick up in the beginning of the month when I'm feeling a little bit more like ready to like take on a chunky ass bitch. But I think that I'm going to start reading it in February because romance, February is a month of love. Why the fuck not? Okay. And the last book, this one right here, all by herself. The last book is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I was excited to read this book until I read Beach Read. And no offense to anyone who loves Beach Read, but not a fan. Not a fan. And I can tell you why I'm not a fan later. But anyways, she's the author of Beach Read. So this is her second book, I think. I don't know, Beach Read. Anyways, it doesn't fucking matter. Same author. People We Meet on Vacation. So if it's anything like Beach Read, I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I honestly don't know what this book is about. So we will figure it out together. I just know she goes on vacation and she meets a fucking man. I'm assuming. This man. She meets this man. And possibly fucks him. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Anyways, honestly, I'm sorry for the energy like dying towards the end, but those are all the books that I recently purchased and am excited to read in 2020. Sorry, I was like staring at a mosquito that's in my fucking room. That I'm excited to read in 2022. So yeah, I hope that you guys are excited too. Look out for my next video. It's gonna be my January wrap up. All the books that I read in January, that's going to be coming next Sunday, so look out for that, because I go into depth of the ones that I read and I give you more information than what I give you for these, and eventually you will find out more. Unless you haven't read them already, then you don't need me to explain it. But yeah, look out for those videos, and yeah, thank you guys for sticking to the end. I know that was a lot of books. My arm literally hurts. I feel like I've been lifting weights and I haven't eaten dinner and I'm starving. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making it to the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. See you guys next Sunday. Bye.